I watched all the CDL matches this weekend, and these are the top pro player setups in Modern Warfare 2. For the number one gun, we have the undisputed champion of ranked play right now, and that is going to be the M4. If you're not using the M4 in any of these games right now, you are getting straight beamed, thrown in the hibachi, whatever you want to call it. Even with all its restrictions, it is still the number one gun the pros are using, and you will even see 7 out of 8 players in a match using this class setup right now. Starting off, we have the F-Tag Castle Comp, giving you horizontal recoil control as well as vertical recoil control. Again, a lot of the muzzles actually do the same thing, but this is actually the number one muzzle that a lot of pros are using right now, so I definitely recommend this. Next up, we have the high tower barrel, giving you bullet velocity, damage range, recoil control, and hip fire accuracy. So if you didn't already know, this is actually a required attachment on the M4 because a lot of pros are actually not rocking with the barrel on the M4 in the first couple weeks, and literally it felt like an SMG. So as a part of their GA agreement, you actually have to rock this barrel, but honestly, it actually feels really good and helps with a lot of long range gunfights, so I definitely recommend this. Now for the stock, you actually have a little bit of a choice. There's actually 2 stocks that you can rock with. First one being the Tempest P80 strike stock, giving you sprint speed, aim walking speed, crouch movement speed, and ADS speed. Now majority of the pros are actually using this stock right now simply because it actually helps with mobility, but if you're fine moving a bit slower around the map, then definitely rock this demo precision elite factory stock, giving you aiming stability and recoil control. A lot of pros are actually using the stock in the first couple weeks, but now it's more so for the wager community and a lot of players that actually just play for money, but it's definitely a good stock nonetheless. Now there's actually 3 more attachments that you can actually switch around on the M4, and a lot of pro players have been switching in and out with these 3 attachments. So for the rear grip, you're actually going to go over here and go with the ZX grip, giving you recoil control. Methods and a lot of other pros are actually using this grip, but you don't actually have to run it, especially with these other 2 attachments that you could switch out for it. For your underbarrel, you actually have the option of running the FSS Sharkfin 90, giving you aim idle stability. Now I do believe that this is actually another required attachment and that you can't run any other grip on the M4 once rank play does come out. So if you want to control your accuracy a little bit, just run with this underbarrel. It's going to help a lot. Now I'm actually not 100% sure if this is actually GA'd, but for your ammunition, you're going to want to go with the high velocity rounds, giving you bullet velocity. I've actually seen a lot of pro players using these in scrims, but I actually don't know if they're GA'd or if they will be GA'd, so this is an available option for the time being. Next, we have my personal favorite gun in all of Modern Warfare 2, and that is going to be the Vaznev 9K. Although not the M4, it is still a viable option, and a lot of pros have been using it this opening weekend. Many of y'all have probably already seen the class already, so I'm going to go quickly through it. We have the Lockshot KT85, giving you horizontal recoil control as well as vertical recoil control. We have the True Tag grip, helping you with movement, giving you extra sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed. Finally, we have the Ultrazag stock, giving you aim walking speed and sprint speed. So this is the class a lot of the sub players have been using for the CDL's opening weekend. However, I have seen a lot of people using the SA Response 3 barrel, giving you bullet velocity, recoil control, damage range, and hip fire accuracy. So this is an option for a lot of you players out there. However, I don't think a lot of pros are using it at the moment. Now, surprise, surprise, the TAC 56 actually made an appearance in this year's opening weekend. If you guys watched the Optic and Minnesota match, which I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all did, Vance actually pulled out this gun, which is actually surprising to see because, of course, obviously everybody's using the M4. And I'm gonna be honest, I never thought I'd see the day that the TAC 56 actually came out in the CDL. Now, I do believe he was actually using the Celium class that he's been using for the first couple days of Modern Warfare 2. So for your first attachment, you're gonna go with the Komodo heavy muzzle, giving you horizontal recoil control, because actually with this gun, it tends to go left and right a lot. So this is actually essential for the class. For the barrel, you're gonna be rocking the 17.5 Tundra Pro barrel, giving you damage range, hip fire accuracy, and bullet velocity. Now, I'm not actually sure which underbarrel he was using, but for the underbarrel I rock for a lot of my games, use the F-Tag Gripper 56 barrel, giving you aim idle stability, hip fire accuracy, and recoil stabilization. Now, this is the underbarrel that actually Celium uses, and honestly, in Celium we trust. The kid's nasty. Now again, for your ammunition, you're gonna want to go with those high velocity rounds, giving you bullet velocity and helping this gun shoot a lot faster and getting those bullets to your target as quickly as possible. For your last attachment, we're gonna be rocking with the Demo Clean Shot grip, giving you sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed to help with that mobility, because this gun hits like a tank. Now personally, I'm not gonna be mad if the M4 gets GA'd, but when that day comes, because it probably will happen, this is going to be for sure the number 1 AR in the pro scene. Now for the last gun, this is actually it. It's going to be the LAB 330 sniper rifle. If you guys already didn't know, the sniper rifles actually got banned from competitive play for about 24 hours alongside smokes. It was a crazy 24 hours. You had pros going back and forth at each other. We had people complaining all day, but it was honestly, it was funny to watch, I'm not gonna lie. But quickly in the next morning, the snipers actually got reintroduced back into competitive play, but with one small catch. You actually can't run any attachments on any of the snipers, but I am glad that the snipers are back in competitive play, especially for search and destroy. Now the reason the LAB 330 is actually so popular is because it's one of the few snipers that already come pre-equipped with its own scope with no attachments at all, and that's why a lot of pros went to this gun at the very first start of the CDL opening weekend. It was actually really fun to see these being used in the first couple of matches, and let's just hope we get smokes back in the game, because like we need it. It's necessary. But that is actually going to be it for all the class setups for all the pro players that they've been using in today's opening weekend. Now listen, I'm gonna make a deal. If any of y'all are at the top of the leaderboard for CDL Moshpit with using these class setups, then you gotta leave a like, man. It's only necessary. Appreciate y'all for coming through, and I'll catch you on the next video.